Now another story making headlines. More than 36 people are dead because of a fire at an immigrant detention center.
It's just south of the U.S. border, and it's for people seeking asylum and waiting to cross the border. ABC's Zoe Shaw has more on what happened.
It's one of the deadliest fires to hit migrants in Mexico in years. Rows of bodies were laid out in front of Ciudad Juarez's detention center, covered with blankets, after a fire broke out inside the facility late Monday, killing over 36 migrants hoping to enter the United States. Mexican authorities say dozens more were injured and taken to nearby hospitals. The center is less than 7 miles from El Paso and was largely home to men who've requested asylum or were waiting for an opportunity to cross the border. Mexican President Andrés Manuel López Obrador says the migrants were mostly from Central America and Venezuela and claims the fire was started after the migrants discovered they would be deported. He says as a protest, they put mattresses at the door and set them on fire. A spokesperson with the White House's National Security Council says they are in contact with officials in Mexico and ready to provide help.
They made a phone call, they're trapped in a canteen.
The deaths come just 3 days after 2 people died and several were injured after 17 people were trapped in a train car near Uvalde, Texas. And just over 2 weeks ago, 8 migrants died after 2 suspected smuggling boats capsized near San Diego. Today, over 100 members of Congress wrote a letter urging the Biden administration to not restart the family detention centers and instead expand pathways and invest in community-based alternatives to detention. Mexico's attorney general is now involved, launching an inquiry and an investigation. And we're also waiting to still hear the names of the migrants who died last night. So far, none of their identities have been announced. Zoe Shaw, ABC News, Los Angeles.